Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Enjoy the Bounty of Planning with Dr. Toniesha Taylor. So y'all, I am so excited. I have right here, this is the Notiq, I think this is quarter 3 of the stationery box. So we're just gonna get right on into it. This is okay. So once you get past all the bubble wrap, oh, look at how beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful. So this is the, and I love that right here. Down here, she says, please frame this. And I will, Miss VJ. Yes, ma'am. I could follow that direction. This is so gorgeous. Look at this. It's giving such like elegant fall Paris vibes. Now, I have never been to Paris in the fall. I've only ever been in the spring and once in the summer. But you know what? I should probably put Paris in fall and winter on my like to-do travel list because it's the only time I haven't gone. So today I decided to make now this is so silly. This is just a grapefruit soda water, but I wanted it to be fancy. So I put it in a fancy glass. Do y'all ever do that? Sometimes you have to make your life a little fancy. And I felt like this box deserves a fancy drink. But after I film this video, I have more stuff to do, so I can't have a fancy cocktail. So we're gonna have a fancy non-alcoholic mocktail. Yummy. And because, you know, you have to have those gold accents to go with things. So on our little coaster, right? So cute. All right. So we received everything in 2 boxes, which is so gorgeous. I just love this. All right. So what I'm gonna do today, the plan is that I'm gonna unbox this facing y'all. But I might switch to an overhead camera if we need more detail, but this is how we're gonna start. All right, so let's get to it. So we have, this is the Paris Luxe large gift mailer. It's basically just that drawing that's on the what's inside card. Oops, let's go this way. Right? And look at where that is compared to like the top of my head, right? Like this is a good size box. So if you really love someone and want to give them like something really nice, you could gift it inside of here. And because Lady VJ loves us, she gave us something inside of here. Okay, oh my goodness. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put this right behind me for right now. Right next to the box from the last one. Let's go this way, actually. There we go. Look at that. So it's a clear cover. So you have your set of clear covers. Okay. And then the image, which is so beautiful, with the Notiq label right down here. Okay. And then inside we have, and I like that this is it's a thick paper, but it's not cardstock, so it feels really nice. It's got kind of the same weight as Notiq's paper, their planner paper. And so then we have the Notiq cover. And this is their like pearl, I think their paper color is called Pearl, which is kind of an it's not really an ivory color, but it kind of is. Like ivory is darker than this, okay? But in comparison to my shirt is white, and you can tell that's not white. So it's definitely more of a pearl. So then you get a This Belongs To page, and then the next page you get is the daily brief, okay? So I have some of these undated daily briefs that I use in my planner, in the work section of my planner when I need a little bit more information for the day, a little bit more room to write. I really like this layout. Now in this size, like I said, this is a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, I think. Let's actually take one out and compare it, because it also seems like it's bigger than like 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Let's just grab a journal article. Oh, yeah, nope, regular printer paper. All right. So this is something that for me as a planner, I would probably leave at home. It's not the size that I like personally, but I love this. And I have actually been kind of thinking about maybe getting something that I leave at home for 2025. I've actually been thinking about making my, for like a future, actually doing my, doing a research planner and having that be this size. I've been kind of debating, but I love this. I've also been debating about maybe doing like a health planner this size, even though I actually already have my dated stuff for 2025 for my health planner. But because that's half letter size, there's nothing that says you can't put a half letter in a full letter planner, right? So maybe. It's just, and I'm really encouraged to do that because of how gorgeous this cover is. Like that is so, let's not glare. There we go. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. I love this. All right, so if you've never seen the daily brief, I'll just bring it a little bit closer. So it's got the agenda that goes from 5 a.m., whoops, on the side, from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, as somebody who teaches graduate classes predominantly face-to-face, so that means I'm teaching night classes. My classes meet once a week from 6 to 9. I love that this planner goes past 9 o'clock. I love that it goes past 5 o'clock. Right. So if you're someone who is either teaching classes or taking classes at night, you know how hard it is to work with a dated timed planner that doesn't go past 7 o'clock at night. It's super annoying, right? But Lady VJ has thought of it all. Now, I would never use this 5 a.m. hour, 5, 6, 7, well, 7 I'll use, but 5 and 6 are totally wasted on me. You know, I just write sleep there because that's what I'm still doing. But I love that this one then has a place for you to put your meals, your water intake, your reminders and important things, your phone calls and follow-ups, tasks and to-dos, your looks and outfits, and then your top targets for the day. Plus the fact that these are undated means you can use them whenever. I love the fact that you use them when you need them. Like they're a great daily page for that reason. So I'm not gonna count exactly how many you get in here, but that's a pretty healthy stack. Now I love also that the back of the daily page from Notiq is just a straight line note page. I love that because when I use them, again, I'm using them on days when I just have a lot going on and I need some extra room. And so I love the fact that they're not a daily back to back, so I don't feel like I'm wasting. Plus, the fact that it's got note room on it, usually when I need a daily page is because I got a bunch of meetings. And sometimes I have a meeting where like writing on the back of the daily page is plenty of notes for me. So I really love this. If you are a student, I think you'll really enjoy using these planner layouts from Notiq as well for that same reason. So this, we also get weeklies. Now this is the weekly brief. There are 2 weekly layouts, but this is the one that we were given in this one. I like this one if you are someone who, especially if you were gonna use like this layout as just your school planner, especially if you're a graduate student or if you're teaching, right? Now, if you're teaching, you know that we do a lot for research and professional planning around here. Look at this. So I do like this. There's only 3 lines per day. If you are pre-tenure and you're trying to organize your stuff, research, teaching, service, those are your 3 categories, right? So you can break out your week, especially if you are also going to be using your dailies. So your more detailed information of your meetings is going to be on your dailies, where you can break down your classes, your teaching, break down when your research time is going to be, and then any meetings or service requirements you have every day, you can write those. And then you have your task list over here. You have your top target space where you can write down your top target for research, your top target for teaching, your top target for service. And then you have your date line here where you can write the date. Okay. Now for these weeklies, the weeklies also they're not back to back on the week. So on the back of the weekly is dot grid notes. I love that, right? Because it means then again, if you are only going to use a weekly when you need it, you can just use it when you need it and you're not wasting paper back here. And so I just love that because then it means that if you don't use it the next week, it's okay. You just had notes on the back, right? I also love the fact that if you're getting something like this as an undated, and maybe you're going to get a dated monthly, it allows you to be able to feel like you're not losing anything on those weeks when maybe you just didn't even touch your planner, right? Or maybe everything was super hectic and so you had a bunch of daily stuff and no weeklies, or a good weekly overview was all you really needed and you didn't need a bunch of dailies. You're not losing that information or feeling like you're wasting those pages, right? So again, I'm not going to count these, but it looks like we got a pretty generous stack of these. Well, such a good layout. And then for the back, it looks like we got just a few, it's 3. So a few of the to-do list. Now, what I like about Notiq's to-do list is they are numbered. So on a paper this size, you're getting a to-do list numbered down to number 34. And then now this one is printed back to back. So you also have another to-do list on the back with 34 lines. And then on the inside here, you have the dots where you can go ahead and check off when everything is complete on your list. Your list also has a date line at the top where you can put in whatever the date is for this to-do list, okay? I love this. This is so cool. This really is making me think about going to this larger size for something else. Like I'm also kind of maybe kind of thinking about going to this larger size for finances too. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The reason why I'm thinking about going to this larger size though for research especially is because I have articles and stuff. And so it would be nice to like punch it, stick it in here, and then that's everything that I did in terms of notes and research and stuff for certain kinds of projects. Um, I'm also really thinking about it for like grant projects also, of going to this bigger size for that and that kind of thing. I would definitely need to like keep everything together. And so that's actually, so we'll see. We'll see. But this actually, there's a very real possibility that this might end up being our at-home planner for our like grants and research for that kind of stuff, or our at-home planner for like our research articles that we're working on. But it's entirely possible that that's what this becomes. So we'll see. All right. We also got a baby box. Oh, and there she goes. Because she opens like this. Isn't she pretty? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this right here. This right here. This is the Black Lizard pencil case from Notiq with the gold hardware, gold zipper. Y'all know I love the Notiq pencil cases. I have a couple of these in a couple of other colors. So I have a black planner from Notiq. I actually have the Croco and not the lizard, but love this for when I pull the croc out later on. That is so smooth. I'm really debating this year about doing my colors for NCA, for the National Communication Association. Y'all know I am Team Carry On, so I only bring 2 colors with me when I travel. So I'm really leaning towards doing a black and pink look this year because it's gonna be in New Orleans. So I don't know, we'll see. And if I do that, we may have to, this is actually inspiring me to want to do that. So might be a thing. Might be a thing. Let's see. Look at how beautiful in that toile. Oh, and look, just some little tissues. Love that. I have not seen a tissue pack like this in a long time. Oh, but I love that. I'm gonna stick that right in my little makeup bag. All right, and then we got some paper clips. These are the gold rose paper clips from Notiq. We get a set of 6. These are great. I have several in my little paper clip bowl right here. They do come in gold and rose gold. Oops. So gold and then rose gold. But the ones that we got today are these gold ones. That is so pretty. So we got 6 of those, and they do hold pretty nicely onto the paper. They do add a little bit of bulk to your planner just because the wire is in certain places it's looped on top of itself. So it does give you just a little bit of bulk, not a lot, but just a little something. Now you do have to be careful if you're using these on your clear Notiq covers or any of your other clear planner covers. So like your planner covers like this, right? If you don't like for these kind of planner covers to look scratched or crazy, then you're going to not want to use these paper clips where they are either attached to this or near this, because it's going to scratch it up after a while. So that is something to think about when you're using these, but I love these. They're so pretty. All right, next up. Ooh, cute. All right, let's see. Looks like we've got a pen. Oh, yes. Pencil, pen, ruler, whoops, and then black and this kind of gold brown Post-it notes. Y'all know we love us some Post-it notes around here. Friends. And right into our little pencil case go our pens and our pencils. Now, I don't think these in this size will fit in here. No, they won't. But if you have some smaller page flags, you can put those in here, but these won't fit. These, I think, are standard 3x3. So they won't fit in here. Let's just use our handy dandy ruler, shall we? Yeah, they're a little under. Yeah, they're a standard 3x3. So these won't fit inside of here, but you can obviously still use them. So I will likely put these in my little paper pot. But I love these. So cute. I'm actually looking for my paper pot. It's actually right over here. So because they are a standard size, they will fit in your standard paper holder for a Post-it note holder. So those are super cute. All right. And then, of course, these, if you undo them, which I'm actually going to go ahead and do and stick these right in here. And they will go right inside here. Now, obviously, you're going to have to take these off of here, or you're going to have to fold this in half, right? So that it will fit in here. If you don't want them kind of just like rolling around willy-nilly in here, you can fold it in half and stick it in there, and then it'll fit no problem. Okay. All right, next up. Ooh, okay, so I'm so excited about this. So one of the things that Lady VJ said on one of her recent lives, where she kind of went over some of the things in this box, she didn't give us everything, and I'm so glad, because surprises, which is funny because I don't like surprises in real life, y'all. I actually low grade hate them. But somehow getting a couple of surprises in the Notiq box or the cloth and paper box, like, I like that. You can do a couple of surprises. Those don't give me a whole lot of them because they make me nervous. But I love these. So these are the Notiq craft paper and gold index cards. One of the things that Lady VJ said that she uses hers for is for writing speech notes on whenever she's getting up to give a talk, if she's been asked to give a keynote or something like that. I love that. The speech professor in me loves that, because one of the things that I used to tell my students about using note cards was you put something nice on the card that's gonna make you relax, that's gonna make you feel good if you're somebody who gets nervous speaking. What a gorgeous. Now, personally, I don't really get nervous speaking. I love that stuff. That's why I'm a speech professor. I love it. But if it makes you nervous, look at this. Whoops. Like, how can you be nervous if your speech is written on such gorgeous index cards? Like, hun, like, feel the love, feel the relaxation, feel the elegance, right? Like, it is so, like, enjoy the bounty of these note cards. They're so beautiful. Um, and the great thing is I have a talk coming up. So there's a very real possibility I'm going to put my thoughts on my card. I love this. Now, if you are not someone who has talks that you have to give or what have you, these would also be gorgeous, like note cards or thank you cards. If you have a staff member, keep these in your planner, because I could see just writing a quick little thank you, a quick little appreciation for a university staff member that you work with, that just to let them know that you appreciate the work that they do, how they contribute to your research, your teaching, your service. Like, this is such a lovely way to be able to just put down a quick note, right? You're not going to necessarily mail it to someone, but you could write out your note of appreciation or gratitude on here. There is a date, oops, it's over here. There is a date line over here, but I could see writing something really beautiful on here and maybe just leaving it on their desk, right? Like, if you're giving it to a staff member, just put it, just write on their keyboard, right? Just write their name on the back and stick it in the keyboard, right? Where they're gonna see like the to and from, like you're gonna just put to and their name and then from and your name, right? But leave it where the lined paper is actually facing away from them, so that when they see it, they're gonna see this part, right? With your name on it. And then they're gonna pick it up and they're gonna read it and they're gonna see that note of appreciation and gratitude. Like, what a great idea. So I really like that. These are beautiful. All right. I have stuff everywhere. All right, let's go ahead and just take that out of the plastic, because we are gonna stick this in our pencil case. So that's just a really cute little clear acrylic ruler. It is 10 inches. Nope, sorry, 6 inches. I don't know what I was looking at. It's 6 inches, so we're just gonna drop that right in there. Again, with our pencil and our pen. I love that it's just a nice little black pen and just a little reporter's pencil. Like, how nice is that? Okay, this I'm guessing is gonna be just a standard ballpoint. Y'all know we don't have any scratch paper around here. All our paper is good paper. So we need a paper too. Oh, I was about to like scribble on the back of my article that I need to keep. And then I remembered we have a whole pen log. So let's write in that, shall we? When we need to test our pens. Okay, that's nice. It's this one down here. So it's a nice, good, thick black hotel pen, right? So we're just gonna say Notiq Q3, and this is just a standard hotel pen. Because that's the way that Lady VJ described it, so that's what I'm gonna describe it. Super cute. Super cute. This is the kind of pen that you actually want to keep just standardly, like in your pencil case, in a bag, like, because honey, like how Now I will say this is the kind of pen, like if I hand it to somebody, I say that like I'm gonna hand it to somebody, but if it was the only pen I had and I had to hand it to somebody, I would hand it to somebody. But this is the kind of pen that you're gonna remember you hand it to somebody, so you're gonna be watching them until they're done writing, and then you get your pen back, right? So I love that. So cute. All right, little liquid break. I love grapefruit soda water because it's not super sweet. It's like a seltzer water, tonic water. So actually it's not sweet at all, which is nice, but it's got a nice flavor, nice little sparkle to it. So if you want something other than plain water. Look at that. We got us a little Eiffel Tower paperweight. That's so cute, yeah? Love that. And yes, I have been to the top before. More than once, actually. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Love a little desk tchotchke. That's so much fun. Look at that. I love that. That's so cute. Okay. Continuing on. Ooh, let's go that way so it's not so much of a glare. All right, so it looks like we have a handheld mirror. Oh, and she gave us a handheld mirror with a little hole, so you could actually hook it up somewhere so you would be able to look at yourself. I love that. Oh, now see, looking, I was like, oh, gives you a chance to check on your lipstick. So if you're someone who, ooh, sorry, oh, I need to stretch. So if you're someone who works in your campus office, and the way your office is set up, your back has to be to the door. First of all, honey, ooh, I feel for you because I can't do that. I would lose it. Matter of fact, my old office, my first office when I first came to Texas Southern, had the computer set up where my back was to the door. The first thing I did was change that. I can't, no. But if you have to and you don't have any choice and you can't change it, Lady VJ has given you a mirror. Hang that mirror up so you can see people coming through your door, right? Whichever way you need to hang it, so you can see people coming through the door. Okay. Now, obviously it is a handheld. So as a handheld mirror, you would hold it this way, but if you were hanging it, you'll just hang it like that, right? And I love that. It's so pretty. Okay. Now this is plastic, so you don't really have to worry about that. So it's not, but it has that kind of brushed gold antique kind of look, which is really cute. So that is really fun. Very sort of European, sort of Parisian, very pretty. All right. Ooh. Now, one of the things I have really enjoyed about getting these stationery boxes is just these opportunities to just send like really beautiful notes to friends and family. It's just such a beautiful opportunity. Oh, okay. So look at, oh, hold on, wait. Yeah, that's so pretty. It's like a wax. It's giving like that kind of wax, you know, if you like do the wax and stamp it and emboss it, but it has a little sticker on the back so you can stick it to the back of the envelope. Like, look at that. Like, who wouldn't love that? Oh my God. So this is the ivory colored envelope. It is embossed with Notiq. on the back. So you get 2 of those. You get 2 of the large cards to send. And then you get 4 of the images in the postcard size. Both sets of images do say Notiq on the bottom. So you have Notiq right here and then right here. This is so gorgeous. And then you also have 2 gorgeous illustrated Eiffel Tower bookmarks. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. I absolutely love, love, love that set. Now, I will say this, like if you're going to Paris anytime soon, what a gorgeous thing to take with you. Go ahead and write out your postcards and mail those back home to people. Like, isn't that beautiful? Or if you know someone that's going to Paris anytime soon, right? And you want them to like write you a little note or something, like give them this card and envelope set and ask them to just write you a little message and drop it in the post. So you'll have that lovely little Parisian stamp, that postmark, and let that be your souvenir back home. Like, that's so cute. That's so precious. I love that, right? And what a unique thing, right? Because you can't get this there, right? But it's so beautiful. I love that. I actually am the kind of person who would like take these if I was going to Paris. I would take these with me and then send these back to people because why not, right? So nice. All right, let's see. We have 2 more things. Yep, 2 more things in here. Ooh, another set of no. Okay, I love this envelope, y'all. I love this envelope. You're about to see what I'm talking about. A note for you. That is so precious. That is so precious. So you have 2 of those from Lady VJ, and these are her line drawings. That is so, I love that the little lady has a red lip. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. These are the envelopes I was talking about. Look at how beautiful for all my alphas out there. This black and gold envelope. Oh my God. Don't you love that? Oh my goodness. Again, who wouldn't love getting this little note? Just a little note, just a little something to let you know that I'm thinking about you, right? I have a couple of friends of mine who have October birthdays as well. So something about this is just screaming fall birthday to me, like October, November birthdays. Like, isn't that beautiful? That is so nice. Like, I don't know who is gonna be the special person that actually gets this little note, but look out, friend. And then along with that, we did get another to-do notepad. I have this one from other orders before. I do like this one. It's just a little easy to-do notepad. It's a good, nice weight on the paper, and it's just a little notepad to just keep by. I keep it like just on the counter downstairs in the kitchen and living room, because sometimes you'll have like an idea that will hit you and you want to kind of write it down real quick. And sometimes that happens and I like to write something versus typing it in the notes section of my phone. And so I really like these for that. And then they're just a little nice look, so it's easy to work with. I will say these are a nice weight. And so I have before. At one point, I was keeping a stack of these in my planner. And then I was asked to give a talk I was not prepared for. And so I was able to pull these out and get like two of these and write some quick thoughts down because it's heavier than regular paper, but it's not like postcard or like cardstock or like 3x5 card weight. Actually, well, no, it's lighter than a 3x5 card. But it's a good size for if you needed to write some quick notes and jump up and give a talk real quick in front of somebody. All right, last thing. I love these. So this is the last thing we have in our stationery box for the third quarter. So these are, if you remember, the old airmail. So my dad actually, when his grandfather passed away, he flew from California to not Georgia. I think it was Alabama, actually. It was Alabama. He flew from California to Alabama for the funeral, and on the way back, they bumped his flight, so he ended up flying to Atlanta, and then they bumped him again, and somehow that bump, he was supposed to go from the next flight they bumped him. They were like, "Do you mind if you just fly Alabama to Jamaica and then Jamaica back to California?" Or Atlanta, sorry, Atlanta, Jamaica back to California. And my dad said sure. And so, but because they did that and he wasn't planning to leave the country, he didn't take a passport with him. Lesson to the entire family after that: when you get on an airplane, take a passport with you. And now we all do, because you never know. Right? You just never know. But so they wouldn't let him leave the air. He had to get off the plane, but they wouldn't let him leave the airport because he didn't have a passport. He wasn't even legally supposed to enter the country. So they had to like explain it to everybody because they had to have him get off the plane. And it was a whole scenario. Anyway, I tell that story to say this: he would have to stay in the airport. He had to stay in this like certain section of the airport, but in that section of the airport, they had stationery for him. So they put him in the lounge. And so he used the airmail stationery to write us a letter. So it obviously, now I will say this, it definitely got there. He was already long since home by the time we got the air letter, but I remember getting it as a little kid because I must have been like 5 or 6, like 6, because like I remember it, but that's why I'm like, the order of the thing is kind of sketchy because it was always told to me. Like I don't remember how he ended up in Jamaica, but I do remember that he ended up in Jamaica. And so, which was very interesting because it was a long-standing thing while my father was alive, talking about that random time my dad went to Jamaica. But this makes me feel so nostalgic, right? Because this is exactly what that paper used to look like, right? So if you used to get airmail from people, and like my mom's brother is a professional blues musician. So whenever he would travel around Asia, specifically, he played in Hong Kong. He played a lot in Japan as well. So just all over Asia. He would send my grandmother letters, airmail letters, right? And so they look like this. So my grandmother had a whole box of them from her son, from my uncle. So I love this because it's just so nostalgic and so cute, right? So you get 2 of those. You get 2 pieces of letter paper and then 2 envelopes. So again, if you're planning to travel internationally, or even if you're not, right? It's kind of fun. So just if you're planning to travel, like a little fun thing to like send somebody a note back, right? So that is everything we got in our stationery box. This is what the box looks like when it's fully open. I love this. I'm gonna put all of this stuff back in the box because I'm not gonna fight to put it back in the plastic. But I want the stationery dropped a notepad. I want the stationery to stay nice, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it all back in here. Now, I did notice actually that this was, yeah, this is a little tacky, so there's not a backing one. So if for whatever reason you get a sticky pad like this, take a piece off the back and then just flip it upside down so that this you have the sticky part in the top, and then you're putting the sticky part from this right here, and just line it up. And I do like it to be kind of precise. And then there you go. Now you have that covered and you don't have to worry about it. Now what I'm gonna do is actually grab a, if I have one handy, I should have a white pen. Okay, so see that? Just use a nice white pen to write on these, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in here too. Now I will say, if you're going to use your box as like a letter writing kit, right? And just have like some stationery in here to be able to just have it to grab it and write. Like being able to have like your pencil bag with your pens, pencil, ruler, whatever else you might need already just in here so that you can just grab this whole box and go ahead and sit down and get to writing. Also, like, how lovely is that? Like, I don't know how many of y'all watch those like old movies, but one of the things you'll sometimes see in an old movie is people actually getting their letter writing box and writing their letters. They were usually wooden boxes, and they were probably were about this size or a little bit lighter or a little bit wider rather, so that you could actually close when the box was closed, right? Like this. Oops, wait, let me just keep a note. So you would have these like wooden letter writing boxes, and when they were closed, because they were wood, they were hard enough to write on as a writing surface. So you would have it like this sitting in your lap, and you would just write away on the top of the box, right? So I don't know. You can also find them a lot in museums. I know there's several in the Smithsonian that belong to some famous founding fathers and like early women writers and stuff. So I just really love that. Like it kind of brings that to mind in my mind if you leave everything together, right? Oops. So how cute is that? Right? So nice. All right. Well, that is it for our fashion and ink stationery box from Notiq for Q3, this gorgeous Paris theme that we have going on here. Now this box, I did not say what the amount is, but on the inside card, Lady VJ did, and her team at Notiq did helpfully tell us that the total value of the box is $195. Now I'm not sure what the sub box cost is, but I will put a link in the description to it so that if you decide that you want to go ahead and get a box and get Q4, you can. I don't know if there's any more Q3s left, but if you can get one, why not? Right? But I absolutely, I'm telling you, I'm definitely going to be framing this card because this is so pretty. I think I'm actually gonna put this on a frame and put it in my kitchen because these colors are very complementary. So might be getting a little bit of little update on the kitchen decor, right? Why not? Love this. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me on this one. I look forward to seeing you guys again on the next one. Enjoy the bounty of your plans, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.